Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be ranking the final 8 teams in the NFL playoffs. The first tier, Jaden Daniels needs 6 touchdowns to win. The Detroit's defense is terrible, so I think the Commanders can score a lot of points on offense, but it's not as bad as the Commanders' defense, which is definitely the worst in the playoffs. So the only way that the Commanders could win if Jay Daniels has 6 touchdowns, because Detroit's offense obviously is one of the best in the NFL, and they're going to put up a lot of points. So the Commanders are going to have at least 40 if they have any chance of winning, in my opinion. Next year needs to get pressure. The Houston Texans need to pressure Mahomes a lot. The weakness on the Chiefs roster is the offensive line, obviously. The Chiefs' offensive line is good in the first. The front three players are good: guard, center, and guard. But tackle is the weakness. If DJ Humphries is healthy, he's gonna probably be the tackle, and he this will be his first game he's played all season, coming off of an injury. So I don't know how good he's gonna play. So, but if the Houston Texans can pressure him with Will Anderson taking steps forward and Daniel Hunter being Daniel Hunter, they can win. And their offense is gonna have to play better than it did last week. So the Rams, they have the best QB and the best coach in the NFC. That's a recipe to win because quarterback's the most important position on an NFL team, and coach is obviously important. Their defense doesn't have a lot of talent in it. A lot of undrafted players, a lot of day 3 guys, but they play in great. They have so much momentum right now. They're playing like the second best defense in the NFC. I think if their defense can stop Philly's run game, they have a chance to win. And the Rams obviously can exploit a young corner on the Eagles. And they're just young secondary. If they can exploit that and their defense can stop the run, I think they can beat the Eagles. But it'll be a tall task. Most talent, the Eagles. This is why it's gonna be a tall task. The Eagles have to out talent the Rams. They don't have the best quarterback in the matchup. They don't have the best head coach in the matchup, in my opinion. But they have more talent on offense and on defense. So if Saquon can cook, if they can get AJ Brown involved, Devontae Smith involved, Dallas Goddard involved, and their defense can play at their talent level, I think they could beat the Rams, and that's why they're favored at 6.5. So the Eagles just have more talent. Now, with the next team, the better QB will win. These two teams, the Bills and the Ravens, they both have great quarterbacks. The winner is going to be decided by who has the better QB. The Bills QB, Josh Allen, is great. He played great against the Broncos defense, which was top 5 all year. The last few weeks it was declining, but it's still great. Patrick Tan, uh, the White Corner, all great players. They're front 7. So I think the Bills' offense is not the most talented, but Josh Allen, I think, is the best QB in this matchup. And I think the Bills, if they can get James Cook cooking and Josh Allen can hit his receivers, they can win. And the Bills' defense plays a game that they have not played. The Bills have one of the worst defenses in the playoffs, only in front of the Lions and the Commanders. So that's going to be a problem. If they could stop the run game, the Bills defense, I think they'll have some success. Because the Ravens, if Zay Flowers is out, the Bills' biggest weakness is corner. Zay Flowers, if he's out, the Ravens will have a hard time throwing the ball downfield. Lamar Jackson is a great QB. He's one of the best QBs in the NFL. But if you don't have receivers, you can't throw the ball deep. Rashad Bateman struggled with drops. They cut Deontay Johnson because he wasn't involved in the offense, but maybe he would have been if Zay Flowers is now out. So Ravens don't have many pass catchers. Mark Andrews is one, obviously. He's great. But I think the Bills safeties and linebackers, if they can somehow eliminate Mark Andrews from the passing game, the Ravens have a hard time passing the ball. But the Ravens' run game is insane. They have Lamar Jackson, one of the best running QBs in the league, probably the best, and Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the NFL, top 2. So if they can overpower the Bills in the run game, they can score points, and that Ravens defense, which shown steps up, can show more steps up in stopping Josh Allen by Roquan Smith being a QB spy or Kyle Hamilton being a QB spy, and their corners Nate Wiggins developing and guarding the Bills receivers. Because, like we said, Bills receivers aren't the best. So if you could lock those guys down with Marshawn, with their corner, I forget his name, Nate Wiggins, can lock down the Bills receivers and the Bills tight ends by Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton, I think the Ravens can win. So this, whoever wins, I think will be the better QB. The better QB will win. Okay, now take care of business. The Chiefs and the Lions both have the easiest matchups. This, this what's it called? The post. They have the easiest divisional round matchups. So they have to take care of business. The Lions, they play the Commanders. The Commanders have a rookie quarterback. If Aaron Glenn really is that good defensively, he should be able to find a way to exploit Jaden Daniels, how young he is, and trick him on defense. Even with the bad talent, you got to make this young quarterback think. They don't have the best pass catchers, they don't have the best running backs. Their offensive line isn't great. So Aaron Glenn, I think, can confuse Jaden Daniels and make him incomplete passes. And this Lions offense just has to deliver. I think they will deliver, but you never know. They might take it light. The Lions offense has to play with most aggression, and they should, because Dan Campbell, I have never seen not play with the most aggression. He always wants to win no matter what if the game matters or doesn't matter. So they have to be. So the offense is going to probably cook. This defense and Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn has to figure out how to stop Jaden Daniels with all these injuries on the Lions defense. Now the Chiefs at number one. Once again, they have to take care of business. The Texans did not look great offensively against the Chargers. Their defense looks scary. If the Chiefs just try to hand off to Isaiah Pacheco and their defense can play how the Chiefs defense usually plays, I think they can win the game and show that they get to the conference championship game. Or they can maybe pass the ball. Their pass catchers are coming on at the right time. The Chiefs always they play their best in the postseason always. So I think the Chiefs will be fine. Both these teams have had a lot of rest, and they just have to be focused and take care of business, not look ahead, because that's how you could lose to a team you're better than. Thank you for watching. That's my NFL Final 8 tier list. I'm probably not going to do it next week because 4 teams is not enough things to grade. I'll talk about the games tomorrow, where I'll pick every NFL playoff game, and talk about the point spread and who I would bet on. Last week, the bets were terrible. I apologize if you bet on that because that would have not hit, and I went negative. But thank you for watching. That's me ranking all the NFL teams. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you have a good day.